Welcome to the slightly strange review on the Citroen C3 AIRCROSS. Now you're probably asking, why is Jeremy Clarkson in the lower left? Well, that's because I bought the car because he kind of slagged it off but recommended it at the same time. But joking aside, seriously, we had been looking for an SUV for a long time and did look at a lot of different cars. We actually wanted an Audi Q3 but we couldn't afford it. But after we saw Jeremy Clarkson drive this car up hills and do all sorts of crazy stuff like, pulling a ship, we figured, well, actually, let's seriously start to take a look at it. So we did just that. We did start looking at what you actually got for your money. And the reality was, you got a ton of stuff like those. There, look at that. How great is that? You turn on the ignition and it's like a little racing car. It took us a while getting used to that, I must admit, with the heating controls being in the screen. But now I really don't notice it at all, to be honest with you. But you do get a lot of features within this car, like a DAB digital radio. You can hook your phone to it, and you can go into all the various settings to look like the under inflation system, traction control off and on, la Bluetooth and Android Auto for hooking up your phone. And that picture thing there, just then, which says photos, I've never quite worked that out yet. I'm assuming I can see photographs on the screen. But you do actually get a lot of things within that screen system. You also get Wi-Fi, which you can project out to other people and other passengers in the car. And you can change the colour of the screen and do various things. But don't worry if you're getting bored watching this, because stay tuned, because it does get a lot more exciting. Like when Jeremy Clarkson drove it up the hill. Sorry, he didn't just drive it up the hill, he drove it up the mountain. One of the things I do like about this car is on the front of the windshield is actually like a radar. So the radar pans out to the road, so it looks at the white lines and it warns you if you're going over the white lines, but actually also reads the speed signs. So if you're in a 30 and then you go to a 40, the car will say, oh, it's a 40 now, do you want to go at 40? And you press a button and it just accelerates to 40 within the cruise control. And then, you can go up to a 40, up to a 50, down to a 30 in various speeds. And you just sit there like a really, really lazy person, just cruising along. But seriously, I'm clicking away at this screen and it is literally just full of loads of driver aids and really useful stuff that's actually really nice on the road. And it's great for cruising around the UK up and down the motorways. Very, very comfortable and just soaks up all the bumps. Oh, there's that thing I was telling you about the speed recognition. It reads the speed signs, then goes to that speed. Obviously, you just need to make sure you press the brake so you don't crash into somebody. Right, now I'm conscious that you're all really bored, so it's time for the action bit. This is action camera, 30 miles an hour. Bear in mind, I had to attach the camera to the back door handle here. Oh, and wait for that Toyota Yaris to pass me before I could pull out. So I need appreciation for this dangerous stunt that I'm doing right now. So I bet that got your heart racing. So even more so because I attached the camera to the top of the roof. And that was fun. People did give me a bit of a strange look, but I was genuinely trying to recreate the Grand Tour. Obviously failing a bit. Now at this point in the video, I start to feel a bit conscious because I realise what I've become. It's lockdown, bearing in mind that the entire world has got COVID-19. And I'm wearing slacks. I admit that. I'm wearing slacks in a Citroen, but I've got nowhere special to go. That's why I'm driving around making this video. But in all seriousness, this is a really comfy car and it soaks up the bumps really well. And it drives really smooth, accelerates really well as well. For a 1.2 turbo petrol, there's no short of acceleration, and because it's a 3-cylinder engine, there is a really nice thrum to the engine, so you do feel like it's sporty. Even though it's not, it does feel like it is. But let's face it, we've got to be realistic, and this is a solid SUV. It's reliable, it's safe, there's plenty of airbags around to keep you protected. And for the mass majority of people who are going to buy this car, they're looking for something a little bit stylish, Citroen quirkiness, to be fair, but very, very reliable, and it's going to do the job they need to do to get them from A to B in comfort and style. And just look at this fine chap in Switzerland. He's actually purchased a roof tent and managed to mount it to the roof rails so he can go off camping wherever he wants to go. So as my action camera comes to an end, I'll leave you with some fancy music to end this review. But I really like this car. I really, really do like this car.